Hi, my name is Kelly Fox. I'm a senior here at ASU studying communication with certificates in marketing and events management. Thank you for taking the time to hear about my ideation process for the designs I created with NoQuest. The biggest influence on my designs were the principles of Gestalt, specifically the principle of continuation. In my logo, the crossbar of the A creates the top bar of the F, and in my media kit, the thin blue boxes are occasionally interrupted by blocks of the same color, yet the eye makes the reader believe that the box continues. Here are the sketches I came up with for the logo design. I came up with these by looking at other logos for inspiration, as well as studying the features of the letters used for the design. I actually drew the letters and cut them out of paper to arrange them on my bedroom floor. This helped me see the letters as figures and lines rather than typographic elements. Dr. Harris indicated I should proceed with this design, which gave me a skeleton to work with. Our readings mention how important font choice is, so I spent a long time browsing font options. I found RNC, a decorative font, online and really liked the look of it. It had an architectural feel to it that gave off an academic vibe. I also saw the extended lines from the crossbar of the A and the top bar of the F and realized I could create the effect of continuing the bar without drawing my own lines. When placing the letters, I found that the design didn't have enough contrast if both of the letters were the same color. I decided to go with orange for the A and blue for the F, and while the letters connected well with the extended lines, there was an awkward gap between the two. I decided to continue the crosshatch pattern found inside the letters into the gap to create a more cohesive look. Ultimately, these letters are overlapping, meaning they're touching, and you can tell that the F is slightly in front. The academic feedback lettering was one already present in Illustrator that I found just by playing around with contrasting fonts. I chose the location based on where I felt it would be the most balanced. With a few tweaks from Dr. Harris, including the placement of the academic feedback lettering, my logo was complete. I'm so glad NoQuest enjoyed my design. Now you'll see my final poster. Here are the sketches I came up with, drawing inspiration from the wording and from the wit I saw in our class textbook. One of the designs featured the "Bridge the Gap in Academia" tagline, and I thought the wording provoked a really strong mental image. This was chosen as the strongest design via Dr. Harris, but it actually started as a vertical design. She suggested I go horizontal with it, and it became much easier to find horizontal stock images. I browsed a collection of free stock images and eventually found one I liked. I actually did most of the editing in Photoshop. With the original image, I put on a threshold filter and added a filter of the client-approved blue color. I deleted the background detail of the sky and water and painted the background orange. In Illustrator, I added the text that I thought conveyed the right mood. I did decide to go with all caps for aesthetic purposes, but because the poster contains fewer than 10 words, I didn't think it would impact legibility. After a round of edits that includes centering the text, it was ready to go. Finally, here are some pages from my media kit. I was the senior editor of my yearbook in high school, so I actually got inspiration from some of my old lookbooks. The sketch was the strongest according to Dr. Harris, so I made sure all of my pages had continuity of design by using the same quarter of the page in one color, created white blocks with black text for text sections, and used the same fonts for headlines and body text. I also made sure any image placeholder was outlined in a thin blue box. When designing pages outside of the initial 3 described in my sketch, I considered the content of the text and how I could weave the design elements into it. For the FAQ section, for example, I decided to create separation between the question and answers by using separate blocks in different fonts. For sections like the URLs and current clients, however, I wanted to fit as much information onto one page as possible, so I created those sections and created columns. Thank you for your time and for allowing me to design for you. We've all learned a lot along the way, and I hope you're thrilled with the work we've done. I'm honored to have created your choice for the logo pick.